It's hard to believe 6 decades have come and gone, and the UK's love affair with the ever-evolving Mini is as strong as ever. From the 1959 Mark I petrol engine with a top speed of 72 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in just over 27 seconds and 43 miles per gallon, we're now 62 years on looking at the 2021 Mini E, a fully electric car with 0 emissions, a top speed of 95 miles an hour and a range of 145 miles on a full charge. This is the Mini for the future, for drivers playing their part in a green planet. From 1959 to 2021, a lot has changed about the Mini, but the fashion, the style and the performance remains a huge attraction to British car buyers. The ownership, the production and the body may be different, but we still have a strong bond with the heart of this car, which has been getting us from A to B with great efficiency at an affordable price in a very competitive market for many years. Do you remember your first love? Well, we all remember our first Mini, don't we? There's a real sense of nostalgia attached to the name, but you don't survive this long in the market without having something to offer. The Mini retains the core values of its predecessors with a competitive price, a modern design, it's economical, and the most important factor, this car is fun to drive. What about the competition? Well, style, interior and exterior, the driving experience, the range on one charge and price all come into the equation in the electric small car market. The Mini E has some serious competitors from the Honda E, the Renault Zoe, the Vauxhall Corsa E and the Volkswagen E-Up, but it has more than a few redeeming features that keeps the relationship strong with buyers young and old. Well, the Mini E looks the part, but can it back it up with performance? Well, the answer is yes. It'll shift from 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 7.3 seconds, which is nearly as quick as the turbocharged petrol Cooper S, and it has 182 brake horsepower. In town, it's nippy, and out in the country, it grips the road and the steering is really precise. The acceleration is instant and the torque is really firm. You still have that feeling that you're driving a go-kart as you hit the twists and turns of the open road. It looks and feels good. With the flick of a switch, you can feel the real thrill of this car in sport mode. As with any purchase in the electric market, what about the range? Well, the Mini E will take you 145 miles on a full charge. It could be better, and be aware that the range is tested to the full when you increase your speed on the motorway. Using all the bells and whistles, including climate control, can also bite into how far you can go on that single charge. Inside the car, we've got the familiar look of BMW Mini design from the year 2000 onwards. There are, however, a few high-tech differences to the gadgets on show. The main speedometer is now a touchscreen display, which on various models offers up your sat-nav, live traffic updates and details of your nearest charging stations. Very important. There's also a new screen which pops up behind your wheel to show a digital readout of your speed, charge, range and your trip data. It's not quite the same technology as the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, but it can make you feel a bit like Han Solo or Princess Leia if you use your imagination. The Mini E does have green and green plus modes, and you can activate those to save energy. But the real bonus of this car and others in the electric car market is that the money you can save on the running costs. This car is 3/4 cheaper to run than a similar petrol or diesel model. On an average 30-mile round trip, 5 days a week, you could save £61 a month or £750 a year. There is a grant scheme from the government of £3,000 on a Category 1 car like this, which is a real bonus when you're parting with anything from around £25,000 up to £36,000 plus, depending on how high a spec you want to go with your Mini E. There are over 8,000 charging stations in the UK, and that figure is going to go even higher as the government continues to offer incentives to car buyers to go green and car makers to eventually stop producing petrol and diesel cars in the future. Charging cars will become easier and quicker as the technology improves. Right now, finding a fast charging point will recharge 80% of the battery in under 3 hours. At home, a wall box will get you fully charged in just over 3 hours. The full home charge will cost you around £5, which is around £16 cheaper than fueling the average petrol car over the same range. There's also a battery warranty with this car of 8 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. One of the main attractions of this Mini E against the other competitors is, of course, the style. It has the cool, sporty look of the Cooper S, and even at the base level you can add all the usual attachments that Mini offer across the range. But don't forget, there's a cost. The steering wheel has always looked stylish, and the dashboard definitely has that space-age feel about it with all the digital information at your fingertips. It's never been famed for great legroom in the back. Yes, it can take 4 people, but this car is at its best with 2 in the front. And if you're off for a short summer break, folding down the back seats can deliver 731 litres of cargo space for the luggage. If you want to get the best out of your Mini E, then around town or skipping out to the shops is where it excels. The long journey on the motorway will take a bit of planning to make the pit stops you require to charge the battery. Summing up, this new Mini E is really easy, it's great fun to drive, and it holds the road really well. Inside, the seats are comfortable and the dashboard is easy to operate, but you have to spend the time looking at all the information available on the touch screen. On the outside, the Mini has a new grille which offers more aerodynamics to the front end. The lights and the indicators are stylish, as are the wheels, which you can alter to your preferred design. You can pick from a range of colours too. You don't need to scream out to everyone, this is an electric car. There are options to just blend in with everyone else, safe in the knowledge that you're helping the environment, saving money and looking good in this British favourite. The popularity of electric cars is set to go through the roof in the next decade, and the improvements will come thick and fast. So the big question here is, why buy a Mini E when there are cheaper options with a longer range to choose from in the electric car market? Well, the Mini E has style and performance. It may not have the longest range, but importantly, it does hold a strong resale value. The switch from a petrol or diesel model to electric is easier with this car because it retains the iconic design features on the inside and on the outside. The drive is fun, the handling's superb, and the performance is well worthy of spending that little bit extra to save money in the long run. We fell in love with the Mini over 60 years ago, and I'm pleased to say this latest model will keep the love affair going well into the 21st century. It's a Mini, what's not to love?